All right, everybody. Logan Alec, CPA here. I don't talk much about cryptocurrency generally here on the channel. I did do 2 videos on the Helium token, how I'm mining Helium, but I haven't really pivoted to crypto because I can't be an expert in crypto. No one can. I would feel like an absolute fraud if I came up here and I said, oh, here's the bottom, folks. Oh, Cardano's going to spike. Oh, Ethereum to 10K by summer. Oh, last chance to buy Bitcoin below 40K. But this morning, given that so many people have asked me about crypto and the crypto crash that really escalated this morning, I thought I'd share a few thoughts here on the channel. So in this video, I've compiled 9 thoughts on the recent crypto crash. So here they are. Thought number 1, don't trust the experts, because there are no experts when it comes to price movements in cryptocurrency. Nobody knows where the bottom is on any crash, least of all some karma-chasing clown on Reddit or some YouTuber with a vested interest in the bull run lasting as long as possible so he can continue to garner thousands and thousands of views on his videos. How many of the big crypto influencers told you that they thought BTC would drop down to $30,000 after this recent run-up? Think about it. Don't trust the guy who says we're at the bottom when 2 weeks ago he was saying that Bitcoin is never going to go below 45,000 or 47,000 or whatever the number is again. Don't trust the guy who, when Bitcoin was in the low 40s, said the crash is over, buy the dip, and you wake up this morning, Bitcoin is in the low 30s, though as of right now it has recovered a bit since then. If you're a hodler, dollar cost average in. Don't go all in when some expert calls the bottom. Now, to be sure, there are doomers, crypto bears who are always calling for a crash, but you won't make money listening to them either because they were calling for a crash all the way up to 60K Bitcoin. So, you wouldn't have made money with them either. The fact of the matter is that it's impossible to be an expert at cryptocurrency, at least insofar when it comes to predicting prices. It's the same thing with picking stocks. Stock pickers can be wrong the majority of the time. Heck, even 9 times out of 10, they can pick absolute dogs, but you know what? No one cares. Because people like the stock picker. Or they remember those few times they did make money with the stock picker's picks and tend to forget the other times. No one really ever goes back and says, well, Mr. Stock Picker, you picked all these stocks and they were absolute trash. And, viewed in total, your total stock picks significantly underperformed the market. No one really does that, right? Why? Why is it like this? Because people are addicted to the stock market. They're addicted to personality. And it's the same thing with crypto. It doesn't matter, right? If the stock picks or the crypto picks were good picks, the stock picker or the crypto picker still made money. But for me personally, when I come up here on YouTube and talk to thousands of people at a time, I don't want to be talking out of my butt like a stock picker or some self-proclaimed crypto expert just to rack up the views and hop on a trend. Knowing that, I would be recommending some asset for somebody to purchase with their hard-earned money when the reality is I have no flippity idea how the price of that asset is going to perform because nobody does. I want to talk about things that I know about, that I can be confident about, not speculating on already speculative asset prices. I want to talk about taxes and Congress and tax relief, offers and compromise, and IRS, how they work with the stimulus payments, things that I can confidently say I know more about than the average person, not resorting to pulling poop coins out of my butt and saying that they're going to moon. Anyway, thought number 2 on the crypto crash. Despite the fact that there are no experts and no one can really call the bottom, the real winners here are, in fact, the self-proclaimed experts. They've made their money, folks, and they will continue to make money as long as there are gullible people who want to get rich fast in cryptocurrency. I don't think some of you realize how much money can be made simply by creating a video in something related to finance that gets hundreds of thousands of views, like many crypto YouTubers are getting right now in this space when there's a mania, such as a crypto mania. Depending on the specific niche and the number of views, that one video that gets hundreds and thousands of views can make $5,000, maybe even $10,000 when you combine both ad revenue and affiliate revenue. This isn't some foodie thing or some prank channel or, those channels tend to get very little money per view, but they do get massive views because they're entertaining. Crypto is a lucrative space. Just like most other financial niches, you can make a lot of money even with just a little bit of views, an average amount of views, much less consistently getting hundreds of thousands of views per video. Pump out a few videos a day, keep people addicted to your content. You could be looking at multiple 6 figures per month. maybe even top 7 figures. YouTube can be a cash cow, particularly for topics in the financial space that garner a lot of interest. It would be working against a crypto YouTuber's own self-interest to do anything but keep this crypto mania going as long as possible. It's kind of like some people are keeping stimulus mania going as long as possible, right? By keeping up, giving some hope of a forced stimulus check, when the reality is there are no serious indications of that at this time, either from the Biden administration or from mainstream congressional Democrats. Do progressives want a forced stimulus check? Obviously. And they'll shout that from the rooftops and write letters about forced stimulus periodically because they know that's very on brand for them and will help them with popularity, right? So despite the fact some unscrupulous people will still keep talking about forced stimulus check, same thing with crypto, right? Thought number 3, everybody's a genius in a bull run. So obviously a lot of crypto experts' picks, both on and off YouTube, went up significantly through the course of this recent crypto bull run. That's the easy part. I mean, we have freaking Dogecoin outperforming almost every asset class this year. Not hard to pick coins out of a hat and recommend them and make money when everybody's making money in crypto. But you know the real trick, right? The real trick with making money in crypto is knowing when to take profits. This isn't the stock market, folks. Stocks, I say, hold for the long run, don't sell, keep dumping your money into index funds for the long term. Don't look at the market, set it and forget it. With crypto, and especially if you're in speculative projects, you have to take at least some profits at some point in the bull run. Because remember, everybody's a genius in a bull run. The trick is knowing when to get out, or at least knowing when to take at least some profits, especially, like I said, if you're in speculative projects that are prone to pumping and dumping. And I think if you've been following the crypto space for any length of time, you can think off the top of your head of dozens of examples of coins that were pumped by some crypto experts. But of course, they didn't have the expertise to tell you when to get out, and now people are sitting on losses probably permanently. Thought number 4, and I touched on this earlier, the crypto market is not the stock market. The crypto market is largely unregulated and quite frankly is at this point built on mostly speculation and mania. Most of these coins are just dreams, promises, hopes. Unlike companies that you can buy stock in, or a piece of property you can rent out, or an index fund, and you can buy pieces of hundreds of different companies that actually produce something or serve large amounts of people in some way and have some tangible value in the world. I hate to state the obvious, but these cryptocurrencies, for the most part, they don't actually make a difference in the real world as of yet, apart from within the cryptocurrency ecosystem itself in most cases. And most of these projects never will. So keep that in mind. The cryptocurrency market is incredibly speculative, and you should not put more money into it than you are willing to lose, and you should be willing to take profits periodically, as I mentioned previously, especially when it comes to altcoins. Thought number 5, remember that for every story of the guy who became a crypto multimillionaire because the coin he threw his life savings in mooned, for every one of those stories, there are thousands of sad stories of others who put their life savings, or at least more money than they should have, into crypto, and their coins tanked, and they had to sell at a massive loss because they had to pay rent or something. Always keep that in mind whenever you read one of these crypto glory stories. Thought number 6, due to the nature of the crypto market, scams are all over the place. You see them in freaking YouTube comments on pretty much every financial YouTuber's video, including my own. And at this point, when people's coins are worth a lot less than they were a week or 2 ago, this is when scammers really come out of the woodwork. Right? But before, they would prey on people's greed, right? When it was like this. Now they prey on people's fear and sense of loss. They come out and say, hey, I've developed a cryptocurrency trading algorithm that takes advantages of price fluctuations in cryptocurrency like we're seeing right now, this volatility, and it works no matter if it's a bear market or a bull market. I can recapture your paper losses in your coins and then some in the matter of just a few days. Just use this bot on Telegram. You'll see massive gains in a very short amount of time. Those are scams. So be very wary of scams coming out of the woodworks right now in the crypto space. If you're looking at deep red paper losses in your crypto account right now, know that you're in a very vulnerable place and that you may be more likely to be scammed right now. Always remember, if something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. This sounds so obvious, I know, to many of you, but I also know that many of you are hurting right now with your crypto portfolios. Just know when you're in that frame of mind, you are more vulnerable to being scammed. Thought number 7, go take a walk. If you've been obsessed with cryptocurrency recently, you're glued to your screen, and you're taking losses right now, take a breath, take a walk. No, it's going to be okay. You will get through this. There are other things in life than cryptocurrency. Thought number 8, only buy a coin if you believe in it. if you actually believe that one day it will be useful in the real world at scale, don't just buy based on speculation alone, unless you're willing to take profits rather quickly. And finally, thought number 9, if all this volatility in the crypto space isn't for you, just invest in index funds, folks. Make periodic deposits through platforms like, say, M1 Finance. I did a review of M1 Finance. Check it out. Link at the top of the screen and in the description below. And dollar cost average into index funds. Set it and forget it. Now, personally, I do have about 5%, maybe up to 10%, depending on valuations of my portfolio as play money. That's where I play with crypto. That's where I play with individual stocks. But the vast majority of my portfolio, as I've said time and time again on this channel, is in index funds. And for this reason, when cryptocurrency or some individual stock tanks, I can hold on because it's not a huge portion of my portfolio. I can sleep at night and not stay glued to my phone screen tracking prices into the wee hours of the morning. Anyway, I talk more about my personal investing strategy in my Prosper course. You can find a link to this course and a coupon code in the description below. Also, right over here, you will see a link to my M1 Finance review. This is the stock platform I am using increasingly more and more to put money into the stock market, into index funds. And right down here, you will see a link to my recent video where I go over the president's tax returns that were just released this week. I'll see you in those videos. Bye-bye.